Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing good. We're going to talk about interest rates. Yesterday we saw that the Federal Reserve went ahead and left interest rates at zero right now, between 0.25% of 1%. But they did say that they're going to start raising aggressively next year, showing that by their plan, their dot plot plan, interest rates should end the year 2022 at about 0.9% for the federal funds rate. Now, the Bank of England, this is what we're going to talk about, just raised rates, and it was a very surprise rate. And we're going to talk about that, just go over this story a little bit. I'm going to link it below, and then we're going to talk about the implications. It says, cable spikes after Bank of England unveils surprise rate hike. It says, by an 8-to-1 vote, the bank voted to raise its benchmark interest rate by 15 basis points to 0.25%. Now, just so you guys know, that is not a lot. We get it. But this is the thing. It's really interesting. The outcome was the second surprise in a row after November's decision to stay on hold wrong-footed financial markets. Now, markets are now pricing in 30 basis points more hikes by February of 22. So now, right here, this is what I want you to understand right here. That inflation fears, okay? They just made this decision because inflation fears are becoming larger than the anxiety caused by this latest variant, all right? And again, sorry, I have to pick my words carefully because that's where we are these days. Inflation fears are appearing to be worse as the Bank of England is seeing it as what's going on with people's health, all right? So they are losing control. That is one thing I want you to know. Another thing, even though this is a 0.25%, right? If you look at what they did going from September into November, they had to surprise drop it because they knew that the economy couldn't handle it. So when we talk about the Federal Reserve and other central banks have their backs against the wall, this is exactly what I mean. The currencies are collapsing in value, all of them, worldwide. Okay, I don't care which one it is. They are all falling because of insane money printing. When they try and raise the rates because to battle this inflation, they know they cannot because what happens is nobody can pay their debts. And they are watching metrics that most people do not. I can tell you 99.9999% of people are not watching the metrics they watch and these cycles and the behaviors. And so what happened is they had to drop rates and then they kept dropping rates, right? But now look, they had to spike it because they are so concerned that people are starting to very seriously fear inflation. And what's the one thing people do when they fear inflation? They start to hedge against it. People are picking up since February. Silver sales have been through the roof. Gold sales are picking up huge. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Digibyte, Litecoin, even the speculative ones are exploding in value on a year-over-year basis. This is one thing that central banks fear the most. Why? Because you are turning away from their printing press and you're moving into something else to hedge against inflation. So I wanted to leave you with that today. I think it is a very important note. And honestly, it's not that I'm telling you, because this isn't investment advice, I'm not a financial professional, but these are those days where you don't want to be the last one to the party. Okay? And you also don't want to be that guy that throws all your money into one basket and then it drops or it doesn't do what you want it to do necessarily, that investment. And so be careful, diversify your funds, but do something. I think it's so important. I think that's why it's so important that you guys share these videos, because there's so few people out there telling you not only don't go all in, but to diversify and don't be last to the party. It should be a blessing that you guys are spending your time on YouTube and other means of information to learn what's going on in the real world today when it comes to economics and how to protect yourself. You should be blessed from that, okay? But don't turn that blessing into a curse by going all in out of fear, right? Or having a lack of knowledge and then losing, right? And really, the old adage, you only lose when you sell. It's true, but the sad thing is most of the time when people want to sell, they can't because their investment has not done what they expected it to do. All right, guys, hopefully I left you with some wisdom today. I hope you do great today. Go crush it. Thank you so much for sharing these videos. The Economic Ninja is out.